So, Spider-Man No Way Home is just about to hit 1 billion, or has hit 1 billion as of the time of me posting this video, not recording it. So, yo, what is good YouTube? Voice you here. If you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any pop culture based content. Turn notifications on, check us out on Instagram at WarStew. If you want to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice, also check us out on Twitter, WarStewG. Right, let's get into this video. So, careful for spoilers for No Way Home. Even though you wouldn't be clicking to this video if you haven't watched No Way Home. So, right, let's get into it. So, it is clear from watching No Way Home multiple times that Tobey Maguire is the most genuine Peter Parker in this movie. He literally stopped Peter Tom Holland from killing Green Goblin. Although personally, I think he should have killed Green Goblin. It would have been a much better redemption arc. Kind of like when Superman killed General Zod in Man of Steel, and then he had regret. And then obviously if you got Man of Steel 2, it would have been the redemption arc. So that would have been a much better standpoint at the end of the movie. But we understand it's PG. It's the Marvel PG storyline, which I hate. I mean, I think he should have killed Green Goblin. So Tobey was the most genuine Peter Parker. Although, you know, on the channel, Andrew Garfield is the freaking GOAT. He had the most enthusiasm. He had the most energy. He was vibing. He was so freaking happy to be there. So, update on Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire returning. Now, this is an interesting one. So, allegedly, Sony Pictures wants to use Tobey Maguire in some capacity before using Andrew Garfield, because a lot of people love Tobey, and to some people, Tobey Maguire is the absolute GOAT. Now, there are rumors that they're going to make Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire and give him a fourth movie, but from a narrative standpoint, he kind of got the complete ending. He doesn't really need another movie, but as we said on the video about a week ago now, they are both going to reappear in multiple roles, which makes sense from an Andrew Garfield point of view. Getting TASM 3, he kind of got redemption. He kind of got that bittersweet moment when he saved MJ's Zendaya in No Way Home, and then he started crying. But then the plot thickens and Tom Holland comes out and he's publicly allowed to speak about Andrew and Tobey, about how they've got a brotherhood, how it's so freaking good. They're the only three people to ever play live action Spider-Man, and they've kind of got a brotherhood. And it's kind of funny, they've probably even got a WhatsApp group, and Tom Holland's probably the one talking in all the time and the other two are ignoring him. But what I find interesting here is Tom Holland did say that it was kind of a passing of the torch. He's at rest, he's at peace with the Spider-Man role after coming back to do Spider-Man No Way Home, which is interesting because then you hear the reports from the super duper scoopers saying that, yeah, Sony wants Andrew and Tobey to come back. And even now, we are hearing reports that Gwen Stacy, Emma Stone, Sony wants Gwen Stacy, Emma Stone to get her own project. A lot of the super duper Twitter scoopers said that Emma Stone was going to be in this movie and she wasn't. So you kind of got to take it with a pinch of salt when the super duper Twitter scoopers say this stuff, because realistically, do they know anything? No, not at all, really. But the problem now is, because Andrew and Tobey were in this movie, is any rumor from anyone, you can kind of see it happening, because Tobey and Andrew came back, which was the impossible. And in the same year, we got the Zack Snyder Justice League, which seemed impossible. But I actually told a lot of people on the internet that before anyone else, but no one believed me. So yeah, 2021's been a year of impossibles. Zack Snyder Justice League, but Warner Bros. Didn't want to make it, but it's made. Tobey and Andrew being in this movie, even though we've all known this for such a long time, it was real. There was the doubters, the in-deniers. I get it until you see it with your own eyes and your own face. You didn't believe it. Even though the whole internet knew about it for literally a year, it's looking like we will be seeing more of Andrew and Tobey, even to the point where there's reports that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were part of the recent reshoots with Doctor Strange 2. Now, I can't confirm or deny that because everyone's being thrown into that movie. There's even reports from trusted super duper Twitter scoopers, you can't trust any of them, saying Ryan Reynolds and Tobey Maguire will reprise their role in this movie. Now, it's not really Ryan Reynolds reprising his role, because he's not actually played that role in the MCU, where I guess you could say Tobey and Andrew are kind of MCU canon in a roundabout way in the Into the Spideyverse. But you're going to have to watch out for Doctor Strange 2 cameo roles now, because absolutely everyone, and I mean every kind of actor you can think about it, Tom Cruise finally getting the X-Men Wolverine Hugh Jackman cameo role that every YouTuber's been speaking about since Endgame, and he still hasn't appeared, but it's very possible. Hugh Jackman said he would do it once. I just hope they get him in the yellow jacket. So the problem with Andrew and Tobey actually returning, as much as I want them to return, is it takes away from the epicness of Endgame. Spider-Man Endgame, aka No Way Home. What do I mean? Well, Andrew's kind of got his I'm at peace with Spider-Man. Tobey kind of got his appearance, and if they appear again, it takes away from how good their nostalgic moments would be in No Way Home. And then if they do reappear, although TASM 3 did get 300,000 tweets, nowhere near the 1 million plus that Zack Snyder Justice League constantly got and restore the Snyderverse, but it's cute. And it's actually funny because Spider-Man's got a much bigger fan base than Zack Snyder Justice League. So it takes away from their role in Spider-Man No Way Home, to the point where I don't believe Andrew or Tobey came back for a cash cow. But if they were to appear in Doctor Strange 2, Morbius, and other movies down the road, it will kind of be like they're returning just to pull a crowd in and also just for a check. And also you have to factor in the fact that Doctor Strange 2 is an MCU movie. Spider-Man is owned by Sony. So Tobey and Andrew wouldn't be able to appear in any other movie without Sony Pictures say so, but apparently it's Sony Pictures wanting to throw Andrew and Tobey in literally every single movie they can, which would be interesting, and I would like to see that, as long as they're in roles that are actually sanctioned. Now, as far as we here on the channel understand, there is legit conversations already being had with Andrew Garfield for The Amazing Spider-Man 3, and there is legit conversations that have already been taken place with Tobey to reappear in other roles. They didn't just sign on for Spider-Man No Way Home. Although I've just said it takes away from their role in No Way Home, from what I understand, they've already signed on for other projects, but as time goes on, they can publicly talk about them two being in the movie. Although Tom Holland's come out and said they've got a brotherhood, you actually haven't heard Andrew or Tobey, as of the time of recording this video, with Tom Holland having an interview all by themselves, laughing about how they trolled everyone about they weren't in it. So I really hope we do see that. I really hope we do get TASM 3. I really hope we see more Tobey and Andrew, just as long as they're not used in cheap throwaway cameo roles. And this Gwen Stacy, Emma Stone, Spidey Gwen kind of storyline, yeah, that could be interesting. That really could be cool. There's some really cool artwork. I'll throw it up if I can find it. Probably put it, no, I won't put it in the thumbnail, but I'll throw it up somewhere. So like always, guys, thank you very much for all the love and support recently on the Spideyverse videos. Have been doing pretty well, and the engagement and the conversation you guys are having down below. So let me know, guys, which movie do you want more? Spider-Man 4 with Tobey, or The Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield, or Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland? And do you even want Spider-Man 3 with Andrew Garfield? And do you want Tobey and Andrew to reappear again? Because not everyone wants them. Not everyone wants multiple variations of the same Peter Parker but played by a different actor. I know it triggers people in the DCU when you have multiple Batmans and multiple Supermans. Personally, I want all the Supermans. But Sony has officially come out and said what it is. So they're called Spider-Men, not Spider-Mans, Spider-Men. That is the official term for the 3 Spider-Men. You call them Spider-Men, not Spider-Man. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at WarsStew. Check us out on Twitter, WarsStewG. And we'll catch you in a new video very soon, guys. Catch you later.